everyone, thanks for being here. My name's Nora. This is a 60-minute Baptiste style power flow, and yeah, thanks for joining me. But I already said that. Hi everyone, thanks for being here. My name's Nora. This is a 60-minute Baptiste style power yoga flow. If you would like to practice with music, there's a link to the Spotify playlist in your video description. So you can pause the video and go there now, and I'll give you a little countdown, and we can start together. So here we go. We'll start the playlist in 3, 2, 1, go. Find child's pose on your mat. Knees out wide, big toes come to touch. Crawl your fingers forehead down onto the mat. And just find your breath. Place your awareness right on the top of your breath. Feel it rise and fall as you inhale and exhale. And use each inhale as an opportunity to bring in energy. Filling your body with strength and power and grace. And press up to tabletop. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Drop your belly, lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, arch your back, tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, arch your back. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, arch your back. Keep moving like this, linking breath with motion. If there are any other movements that are calling your name, feel free to go there. Maybe roll out your neck, or take some hip circles. If your wrists are feeling especially tight, you can turn your fingertips towards the outer edges of your mat, sort of rock side to side. Whatever's feeling good for you right now. And in your own time, downward facing dog, lift your hips to the sky. Create space in between your fingers. See if you can create space in between your toes. Light up every part of your body. Press into the mat through the base joints of your first fingers and your thumbs. Sort of taking away that cupping sensation of your hands, really rooting down. Root down through the base joints of your big toes. And as you do that, lift your hips to the sky, letting your chest wall fall towards your thighs. Set your drishti, a calm, clear, focused gaze on one specific point. Let this gaze focus your mind. Be the impetus for your ujjayi breath. So breathing in and out through your nose. Your lips are sealed. A little constriction in the back of your throat, creating the sound of the ocean in your ears. See if you can fill your space with the sound of your breath. Walk your hands up to your feet. Take a rag doll. Grab opposite elbows, let your head hang heavy. Maybe rock side to side. And then press down through your feet, lift your hands high to the sky, extended mountain pose. Reach up, look up. Take a forward fold. Flat back, press your hands into your shins or your thighs. Make your chest parallel with the floor. Hug your belly button up and in towards your spine. Get long through the crown of your head. Keep your core engaged. Step back, high plank. Wrists under your shoulders, big toe mounds under your heels. You can always drop your knees here if that feels better, keeping the integrity of your core engagement. Tuck your tailbone under. Find a little external rotation in your elbows, so your elbows will sort of hug in and the creases of your elbows will shine forward. Be careful not to lock out your elbows. You can see mine are double jointed, so it's easy to do. Keep a little micro bend there, protect the joint. Engage your legs and your glutes. Really engage your entire body. These poses are only as hard as you make them. Shift forward, lower down halfway to chaturanga. Low plank, stack your elbows over your wrists. Totally cool to drop the knees. Upward facing dog. Open your heart. You can be here with your thighs off the mat, or you can place your thighs on the mat, either one. And pull your hips up and back, downward facing dog. So we'll move through some sun salutation A's. Those poses we just did, we'll just add some breath. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Make your way to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Extended mountain pose, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Flat back, inhale. Chaturanga, hands to the mat, exhale. Upward facing dog, breathe in. And downward facing dog, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Walk or float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain pose. Forward fold. Flat back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise and reach, look up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, last round. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop your knees to the mat if that feels good, or use down dog as a resting place. Here we go. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Make your way to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. Big toes come to touch, heels 2 inches apart. Sit your hips back and down. Engage your core right away. Belly button to your spine. Pelvic floor lifts. Find the 4 corners of both of your feet. Press them down into the mat. Lift and spread your 10 toes. And then place your toes back down. Set your drishti, calm, clear gaze at one physical point. If you've forgotten about your Ujjayi breath, bring that back. Fill your space with the sound of the ocean. Notice if you're clenching your jaw. Just let that go. Just yoga. Shift your drishti up towards the ceiling. Reach your arms high. Take a big inhale. Forward fold. Nice job. Halfway lift, flat back. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high to the sky. And step it forward, warrior 1. Back toes 10 o'clock. Sink your hips into the pose, going for a 90-degree bend in your right knee. As you sink in, see if you can track your right knee towards your right pinky toe. Fire up your hands, creating space in between each finger. And lift your gaze towards the ceiling. Maybe take a little back bend. Shift your gaze as far back as feels comfortable, keeping your core engaged. And then bring your hands to the mat, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high to the sky. Step it forward, warrior 2. Back toes 2 o'clock. Sink in. Go for that deep bend. Left knee tracks towards your left pinky toe. Strong core, lift your gaze. Take it up and back. Hands to the mat. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Move into Sun B, knitting those poses together with breath. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. 1 breath. Look up. Forward fold, nose to knee. Flat back, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, warrior 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, warrior 1. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg high. Warrior one. Reach up. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Left leg high. Warrior one. Reach up. Chaturanga. Hands to the mat. Up dog. And down dog. Stay here and breathe, or drop your knees to the mat. Take puppy dog pose. Catch your breath, feel your strength. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. Reach towards the ceiling with your right knee, keeping your shoulders parallel to the mat. Feel that stretch, and then stay here or flip your dog. Right foot finds the mat behind you, feet on 12 o'clock. Press down to open through your heart. Micro bend in your left elbow to protect the joint. Reach through your right fingertips. High plank. And side plank, right hand down, left arm high. Press into the mat through the outer edge of your right foot. Always an option here to drop your right knee. Take a supported side plank. And if you're supported, or if your right leg is straight, see if you can lift your left toes. Maybe lift your gaze towards that top thumbnail, keeping your core strong. You got it. High plank. Option for a bonus push-up. Downward facing dog. Nice. Lift your left leg high to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. Reach through your left knee, up towards the ceiling. And then stay here or flip over. Feet on 12 o'clock, press down to open your heart. High plank and side plank. Left hand down, right arm high to the sky. The other option here is to come down onto your left forearm. Sometimes it's easier if you have shoulder issues, injuries. Lift that top leg, lift your gaze. High plank. Option for a bonus push-up. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. And let something go. Lift your right leg high. Step it forward, crescent lunge. Stack your left heel over your left big toe mound. 90-degree bend in that front knee. Fire up your back leg. Feel the sensation build in that left quad. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward, keeping everything straight in line. Hands to heart center, lean forward. Twist to your right, left elbow outside of your right thigh. Press palm to palm. Stay here or open your arms. Right arm high, left arm low. Lift your gaze to that top right thumbnail. Breathe into the twist. Keep reaching through your right fingertips. Crescent lunge. Warrior 2. Back toes 9 o'clock. Think about your right heel bisecting your left foot. Keeping your body on one plane. Hug your belly button towards your spine. Hug your right glute under. Almost like your body was being squeezed between two panes of glass. Set your gaze over your right middle finger. Imagine you could see forever. Extended side angle. Right forearm, right thigh. Left arm reaches high up towards the ceiling. Stay here or take your bind. Half bind, left arm sweeps behind you, finds your right pocket. Full bind, hands meet underneath your right thigh. The goal here is to open your heart, twisting your gaze and your heart center open towards the ceiling. So whatever binds you take are in service of that goal. Reverse warrior. Right arm sweeps back. Hands to the mat, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high. Crescent lunge. A deep bend in your left knee. High right heel at the back of your mat. Sink in. Fire up your back leg. Getting into your right hip flexor, right quad. Belly button to your spine, hands to heart center. Lean forward and twist to your left. Press palm to palm and spread your wings. Crescent lunge, root down, rise up. Warrior 2, back toes, 3 o'clock. Left heel bisects your right foot. Drop in. Find your Ujjayi breath. See if you can get lost in the sensation. Dropping out of your head into your heart center, into your breath. Extended side angle, left forearm, left thigh. Reach your right arm high to the sky. Stay right here or take your bind. Half bind, right arm sweeps behind. Full bind, hands meet underneath your left thigh. Twisting your heart open, lifting your gaze. And release, find a reverse warrior. Left arm sweeps up and back. And chaturanga, hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. We've been here before, so sink right in. Let it all come together. Hands to heart center. Press palm to palm, twist to your right. Left elbow outside of your right thigh. Stay here, spread your wings. Right arm high, left arm low. Keep breathing. Chair pose. Sink low, reach up high. Hands to heart center. Twist to your left. Right elbow outside of your left thigh. You got this. Breathe into the twist. Feel your feet on the floor. Oxygen coursing through your body. Stay here, spread your wings. Chair pose, sink low, reach up high. Forward fold. Nice work. Split your feet hips distance apart. Wrap your first 2 fingers around your big toes. Take a halfway lift. And then fold nose to knee. Elbows come out to the sides. Let your head hang heavy. Gorilla pose. Work the soles of your feet up onto the palms of your hands. You can bend your knees a lot. Bring your toes to your wrist creases. And then pull up on the bottoms of your feet. Give yourself a little wrist massage if that feels good. And release your hands. Crow pose. Plant your palms flat on the mat. Make a shelf with your triceps. Place your knees on that shelf. And then begin to tip forward, shifting your weight into the palms of your hands. Hug your belly button to your spine. Hug skin to muscle to bone. When you can just hang out here, nice little hug position, or begin to lift one foot and then the other off the mat, coming to balance on your hands. And just let yourself play. Take a couple breaths. Pretty hard pose, but you got it. Key is to hug your belly button up and in towards your spine and use your gaze, sort of another leg of the stool. That drishti, calm, clear, focused gaze somewhere out in front of you, creating a triangle, hand, and drishti. And when you're done, we'll meet in the goddess squat. Sort of a wide-legged chair, toes out, heels in, shoot your hips back and down, reach your arms up high. You got it. Belly button to your spine. Set your gaze at one point. Space in between each of your fingers. Light it up. Get lost in your breath. Let it fill the sound of your space. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Nice. Let your head hang heavy. Shake it out. Roll on up to Tadasana pose. Arms by your sides. Palms face forward. Both feet press into the floor. Pit of your belly hugs in. And bend your knees. Eagle on the right. Right leg over. Right arm under. Modifications here. You can make a little kickstand with your right foot. Just give yourself a hug up top. Set your gaze, your focal point. Let it calm your energy. Airplane pose. Tip forward. Right heel shoots back. Fingertips by your sides. Flex your right foot. Pull your right toes towards your right shin. Find a little lift in your chest. Standing splits. Hands to the mat. And stay right here or come with me. Curtsy squat, right knee to the back of your left calf. A little bend on your left knee. Then standing splits. Plant your hands. Maybe take a little hop. Another take a curtsy squat. Standing splits with a hop. Curtsy squat. You got this. Standing splits with a hop. Forward fold. Nice. Playing with a little hang time. And roll up, Tadasana, mountain pose. Eagle on your left. Left leg over, left arm under. Take whatever modification you desire. Squeeze everything in towards your midline. Airplane pose. Shoot your left heel back. Find a lift in your chest. Flexing your left foot. Standing splits. Fingertips to the mat. Left leg reaches high. Stay right here, come with me. Curtsy squat. Standing splits with a hop. Curtsy squat. Standing splits with a hop. Curtsy squat. Standing splits with a hop. Forward fold. Nice work. Tadasana, mountain pose, arms by your sides. Bring your right knee into your chest. Catch it with your right hand. Left arm reaches high. Stay right here. Go for a big toe bind. Peace fingers around your right big toe. Kick your right leg forward. Then open your leg or your knee out to the right. Left arm to the left. Send your gaze towards your left thumbnail. Standing leg raise, right leg comes through center, both arms reach high. Gauge your core, lift through your right toes. Dancer's pose. Bend your right knee, reach for the instep of your right foot or your ankle. Swipe it back, left arm reaches forward and up. Tadasana. Shake it out. Left knee into your chest. Right arm high. Stay here, go for the big toe bind. And then open your leg to the left, right arm to the right. Gaze at your right fingertips. Standing leg raise. Reach both arms high. Kick your left leg forward. Dancer's pose. Bend your left knee. Grab the instep of your left foot or your ankle. Swipe back. Right arm reaches forward and up. And release. Tree pose, right side. Bring the sole of your right foot to your inner left calf or your left thigh. Anywhere but not on your knee. Press foot into leg, leg into foot. Hands at heart center. And spread your wings. And release. Tree pose, left side. Foot to your thigh or your shin. Maybe take a different hand position. You can interlace your fingers, press your energy down, and then lift your arms high. Lift your gaze for an added challenge. Release. Extended mountain pose. Look up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Stay here, drop your knees to the mat. Take a little rest. Downward facing dog. Last bit of the standing series. Lift your right leg high. Step it forward, warrior two, back toes, 9 o'clock. To triangle pose, straighten your right leg. Reach through your right fingertips. Right fingertips to your right shin, left arm reaches high. Lift your gaze to your left thumbnail, open your heart. See if you can get light on your right fingertips, so engage your core. And just gently hover your right fingertips, press your feet into the floor. And use your core to pop up. Reach through your fingertips to either side of your mat. Toes to the right or the left edge of your mat. Wide leg straddle, forward fold. Fold through the window of your legs. You can stay right here or take a shoulder rinse. Interlace your fingers behind your low back. If you have a bind, release your hands. Take a halfway lift. Pyramid pose, right toes to the front of your mat. Hop your left toes halfway up. Fold nose to knee. Let your head hang heavy. Take a halfway lift. Hands to the mat, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high. Warrior two. Back toes 3 o'clock. Drop in. Triangle pose. Straighten your left leg. Reach through your left fingertips to your left shin. Right arm reaches high. Lift your gaze. Engage your core. Get light on your left fingertips. Press into the mat through both feet. So strong. Wide leg straddle. Forward fold. Take what you did on the other side or take Skandasana. Bend into your right knee. Lift your left toes. You can stay with your hands on the mat or take prayer hands at the center. Come up through center, Skandasana to the other side. Move at your own pace. Inhale through center. Exhale into the squat. Finish up. Even out your sides. And take that forward fold one more time. Halfway lift, flat back. Pyramid pose. Left toes turn forward. Hop your right toes halfway up. Fold nose to knee. Let your head hang heavy. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Up dog. Downward facing dog. High plank. Forearm plank. And we stay. Hug your belly button to your spine. Tuck your tailbone under. Shoulder blades come together on your back. Fire up your legs, your glutes. And just begin to twist your hips from side to side, like you're a washing machine wringing out clothes. Feel all those beautiful abdominal muscles working for you. And let yourself get lost in the sensation. And lower all the way down, Sphinx pose. Pull your heart forward. And lower down to the mat. Locust pose, hips ground down. Everything else lifts high. See if you can get your thighs off the mat too. Relax your jaw. And lower down. Rock your hips side to side. Locust pose number 2. Here we go. I like to imagine here that I have a wingsuit and I just jumped off a really tall cliff. I'm high above the ocean. Warm breeze, warm day. Some birds below me. Keep breathing. Smile at the birds. And lower down. Floor bow. Bend your knees. Reach for the outer edges of your feet or your ankles. Kick your feet into your hands. Lift your heart. Set your gaze. You got it. Find your breath. It's all going to be okay. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Child's pose. Press your hips back. Come up to all fours. Cross over your ankles. Make your way onto your back. Nice and easy bicycles. Opposite knee to opposite elbow. Press your low back into the mat. Fingertips light on your ears. Keep your feet flexed. Keep your jaw relaxed. Forehead relaxed. We're working hard, but we can make it look easy. Lift your heels to the sky. Work your hands underneath your sacrum, a little extra support. Flex your feet. Hug your belly to your spine. Drop your legs 30 degrees down. Hug them together. Drop them another 30 degrees down. Hover them 2 inches above the floor. Look at your toes and just bounce your legs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your head, lift your heels. Nice. Turn your toes out, heels in. Push your heels together. Drop your legs 30 degrees down. 60. 2 inches above the floor. Look at your toes. Bring your knees out to the side. Heels in towards your hips. Straighten them again, sort of like frog legs. Come in and press out. Knees out to the side. Pull your heels in and extend. Pull in. Extend. Pull in. Inhale. Extend. Exhale. Pull in. Inhale. Extend. Exhale. Pull in. Inhale. And right here, drop your heels to the mat. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, knees out wide. And then press your feet together, lift your hips. Keep pressing your hips towards the sky. Then little pulses, keep pressing up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Bridge pose. Soles of the feet on the floor. Lift your hips to the sky. You got this. Interlace your fingers underneath your low back. And lower down. Rock your knees side to side. You have 2 more back bends, your choice, bridge or wheel. Wheel pose. Fingertips face your shoulders. Press down, come on up. Pinnacle of the Baptiste practice, bring it all together. Drishti breath. Calm, clear, and focused. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Rock your knees side to side. And here it is, bridge or wheel number 3. Come on up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Supta Baddha Konasana for real this time. Soles of your feet together, knees out wide. One hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Feel your body breathe. Happy baby, bring your knees into your chest. Reach for the outer edges of your feet. Maybe rock side to side, massage your low back. Make your way to a hip opener of choice. You can stay right here or come to figure 4 on your back. Bend your left knee, right ankle in front of your left knee. Pull your left knee into your chest. If you want a little bit deeper of a stretch, you can come through downward facing dog and take half pigeon. Bring your right knee to your right wrist and fold forward. My hair is a mess. And transition to your other side. If you're in half pigeon, come through downward facing dog. Begin your transition. We'll meet on our seats. Legs straight out in front of you. Reach your arms high. You can scoot your feet forward, move the flesh away from your hips, and then hinge from your hips, lead with your heart. Send your breath into your low back. Inversion of choice. Lie on your back. Viparita Karani, you can just put your legs up in the air. If you have a wall, you can put your legs up a wall. Or lift your hips. Brace your low back with your hands. Take shoulder stand. You can drop your toes past the crown of your head if you're in shoulder stand. For plow pose, if your toes touch the ground, you can let your hands relax back to the mat. In deaf man's pose, bend your knees to your ears. And then come back to shoulder stand, re-support your low back, and then roll down to your mat, one vertebrae at a time. And then bring your right knee into your chest, give it a hug. Pull it across your body, right arm to the right. Gaze at your right fingertips. Hang your right knee back into your chest, hug it in. Extend it long. Left leg into your chest, hug it in tight. And pull it across your body, left arm to the left. Gaze at your left fingers. Left leg comes through center, give it a hug. And take Shavasana. Heels to the outer edges of your mat, arms by your sides or splayed out wide. And give yourself permission to let everything go. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. If your mind has wandered, bring it right back. And gather your knees at your chest. Roll onto your right side. Create a little pillow for your head with an arm or a hand. And begin the process of inviting in gratitude. Gratitude for our health and our strength. Gratitude for this amazing practice. And gratitude for our immense privilege and willingness to show up for ourselves and practice together. Until next time, thumb knuckles, at your third eye center, invite in light. That, of course, is after you make your way to a seated position. And then bring your thumb knuckles up to your third eye center. Invite in light. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Together we say, Namaste. Thank you.